there is a new visual in your standard Power BI visuals that's going to show up every time you open Power BI. With the new April 2024 release of the Power BI desktop, we now have a 100% stacked area chart, which before we'd have to kind of cobble things together, make it work, make it get, but now it is there, and we're going to dive in to show how it works and how you can use it. My name is Allison Gonzalez. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer here at Pragmatic Works, and I'm so excited to dive into this latest update from the Power BI team. Before we get to the video, I just want to let you know if you are interested in more in-depth Power BI training, head on over to prag.works/Allison40, and that's going to give you 40% off an annual subscription to our on-demand learning platform where you have access to hundreds of different classes. Now, on to the video. So let's take a look now at the 100% stacked area chart. Now, prior to this, the only other 100% were the 100% stacked bar chart and the 100% stacked column chart. But here we now have, and you'll see this in your visualization pane, of course, they've all kind of updated. We have that 100% stacked area chart now sitting in line with the rest of those line and area charts. So here on the page, I put all four of these here so we can really compare and contrast what the line chart looks versus the area chart versus the stacked area chart. And now in that bottom right corner, the new 100% stacked area chart. So the total is always equaling 100%, which makes it really perfect for showing the proportion of individual elements in the whole, and of course how they change over time. I love using a line chart or an area chart to show change across time, which really helps you show, hey, where were we in the past? How are we moving? Identify any trends there, right? So, and they're really so good with visualizing dense data over time. So 100% stacking, whether we're in the area chart or in the bar chart or the column chart, it shows that part to whole representation. So we can really focus on the contributions of the different categories across that horizontal axis, like time generally is the best one to use. So let's take a look at our options that we have, and you will see this visual whether or not you have on object turned on, right? So if you have on object turned on, it is going to show up. I don't have on object turned on right now, and so I still have this visual. So as long as you are getting that April 2024 release, you'll see this visual whether or not you're using on object. Let's take a look at our formatting options and see how we can adjust this now. We also have some new updates in this April 2024 update for lines in general that will work for the other three charts as well, including adjusting line color transparency and color for each series and some other options. So I can see with this stacked area chart, of course, I have my x-axis and I can set my range. I can update my value settings, right? I always like to kind of play around with these just to visually show where we're at, right? And that, of course, is our x-axis working across the bottom that we can adjust fonts and size display units. We can turn on or off the title, and if you've seen videos from me before, you know that I will always be turning off my X and Y axis titles, especially if my titles for the whole visual are sufficient. Now, of course, I updated my titles for these visuals to make it really obvious what visual type we're in, but if you have a good visual title, you definitely can turn off your X and Y axis titles, because that just, that's unnecessary. It's pretty clear it's a year. Don't give your end user extra clutter on the page. So those are my x-axis settings. I can see similar options over in my y-axis, of course, adjusting those values. We can easily modify anything in there. We again have our title, which I suggest to be turned off. We have some legend options, right? So this is really standard with all of those other line and area charts. We can decide where we would like that legend to show up. We can control the text size, styles, all that great stuff for that. We can also turn on a legend title, right? If I think that Australia, Canada, France, Germany, UK, and United States makes it pretty clear that we're looking at countries, well, I can turn that off, right? So that one's more of like a space saver for you, depending on kind of your text quantity that you have. Our next option is grid lines. Now, anytime we have grid lines on a visual, I always want to make sure that they are subtle but evident, right? We want to make sure that our kind of visual lines are not competing with the data lines. So if I have regular solid lines for my data lines, then for we can see that little dotted line in the background, I will make sure I stick with either dotted or dashed, because I do not want the background, the visuals of getting in the way of the data, right? If I have a solid line, and especially if I bump up the width and the width of it looks like my data lines, it gets to be a little bit confusing, right? So I always want to make sure that those are kind of floating off in the background where they're clear, obvious, so we can, just eyeball and be like, oh, we're above 50, we're, around 60%, 70% over here, right? And eyeball that. But you can change that over in your horizontal grid lines as well. Same for the vertical ones. And of course, I do not ever want to pick one of the same colors as the other lines. So I stick with the kind of the grays, the whites, whatever is in kind of my background colors to make sure that, again, it's not competing with the actual data. Again, if you don't think it's necessary, you can always, of course, turn them off here as well. We can get this zoom slider on, which is really cool. That allows us to kind of update the data that's showing in, right? Which is very kind of handy to play around with that to see how much data or what have you we want to put into it. So you can play around with that in your zoom slider. We can see we have x-axis and y-axis turned on. We can also turn on slider labels as well as slider tooltips too. But just know, hey, the more I'm adding into this visual, the more space I would want to give it, because it's starting to look a little bit cluttered in here, a little bit too much to look at. So just keep an eye on that. Make sure if you're using those elements, you're giving them proper space. Now we're into the lines, right? And I can apply these to different series. So if I want to set them for all, I can do that. But then if I want to modify an individual one, I can change that as well, right? So if I want to make one of these countries really obvious, maybe update that color manually, I can see what's going on there. And right down at the bottom, there's my Australia, right? I can see how that is showing up. So we can do them all together or individually set all of these standards up. And also, this one of a new one is I can adjust my line transparency. So with my line section, you can of course pick this solid, make our join types, and then in your color, we have our transparency. So of course, as I go to 0, it's getting to clear. And as I go to 100, it's getting clear. As I go to 0, it is going to be full color. Then we can go into our shade area, right? So if I turn off the shade area, then I've got a line chart, right? I've got 100% line chart if I'm turning off that stacked one, right? So we end up with a stacked line chart where we're not filling that in. So you can play around with that shade area. And of course, we can set transparency in here as well if we want to play with that. For our markers, I have this off, but we see if we turn it on, boom, we've got those little points. So if you have a lot, again, play around with these elements and the size that you have. The more things we're adding, the more elements we're putting into the visual, the busier it will be and the more room that we'll need to take up on our page so we can digest this in a nice way, right? If we have a lot on here, it's going to look too cluttered and it's going to be hard to really take in the data that is there. We can also add in our data labels, right? So we have our data labels. We can add backgrounds into our data labels. We can have titles into the data labels. Again, it really depends how many elements you're pulling through and if it gets too busy there. Lots of great detail fields in here. Add backgrounds behind it if you would like to make that kind of stand out against the background, and play around with those amounts for that data label field. And then we also have series labels, right? So if you have a series in your data, you can also have a separate one for that. And then finally, our plot area background. If we wanted to bring up an image, right? If we have certain percentages or certain fields, kind of certain quadrants, we would want to mark as, good, bad, not great, just, changes into that. We could update that with an image, and then we could adjust that image transparency for that plot area background. Those are all the changes you can make on the visual side. And then we have the standard ones, of course, on the general side, where you're turning off your title, you're adjusting the actual visual background and settings for that. But I'm so excited now that we have this 100% stacked area chart. Look through, kind of compare these, and anytime that you want to kind of really visualize kind of dense data over time, that stacking gives us that part to a whole ratio. So it's really so good for showing that proportion of an individual to the whole, and then we can see that over time. So that is the 100% stacked area chart. Hopefully you are now super excited to go use that in your projects. If you do, we'd love to see that over on our Discord, and I'll have that linked below. Don't forget, like this video, and of course, subscribe to our channel so that way you will see the latest and greatest videos as soon as they come out. We put out videos a few times a week about topics all across the Power Platform. And so I'll hopefully see you back here again to keep learning.